ทุกวันนี้ประเทศมาเลเซียยังคงมีการควบคุมธุรกิจที่เกี่ยวข้องกับด้านไอทีเนี่ยถือได้ว่าเข้มงวดมากที่สุดประเทศหนึ่งเลยนะครับ
ใช่ค่ะและช่วงนี้นะคะอาเซียน Journal ค่ะคุณวิจิตราดงดีนะคะก็เลยจะพาไปฟังมุมมองของผู้บริหารหญิงเก่งนะคะในวงการไอทีของมาเลเซียเลยนะคะไปดูกันว่าแนวโน้มอนาคตนะคะเกี่ยวกับธุรกิจไอทีในมาเลเซียจะเป็นอย่างไรค่ะ
Okay, so tell me about your IT business, your company. What do you do and how do you get started on it?
My company name is Megatron Unix in Berhad, and we are a system integrator. Basically, we integrate the principals and with the clients. So we're financier, we are project manage. So the name of the we've been doing this for the past 7 years.
Now, would you say that the IT sector is very competitive here in Malaysia?
I would say it's very competitive because the technology keep on changing. It changes sometimes too fast, I would say. It's a very fast-paced industry. You know, like you can use a normal computer 2 months ago and suddenly there's a new upgrading in terms of the software, you know, and more features, you know, so you have to keep up, you know, to be always leading, you know, whatever that you're proposing to the government.
How do you think Malaysia is doing as far as this IT sector compared to other countries in ASEAN?
In terms of the gadget, because I feel that everyone wanna be in the pace, like, you know, I want to have iPhone and suddenly, oh, the next time you want to have iPhone 5, you know, so it's also becoming a trend. But I think that we need to improve a lot on the telecommunications, you know, the Wi-Fi, the wireless is got to be more scattered everywhere. It has to be everywhere, and of course the services, you know, it's got to be more faster compared to European or Japan, you know.
Who would be responsible for all those though? Because I mean, I've been here for a little bit. I've noticed things weren't really fast as I had hoped or expected.
I know.
Who would be improving on all that? Would it be government or private sector?
I think it takes two. It takes two to tango.
Right.
Yeah, the government has to put a lot of incentives, and also the private sector have to work on more a better, you know, the fiber and, you know, the satellites and all that, you know. Yeah.
You know, when the ASEAN community happens in like 2.5 years or whatever, where do you think the IT business or sector heading by then? Like, do you think it's going to get bigger and more improved, and where do you see the direction?
We are working on it, but I believe that, you know, sometimes I think the private sector does much better than the government. So I think it's time for the government to give more opportunity or to open up for private sector to look into this, to give more incentives also to the private sector, not just telecom, you know.
Right.
Yeah, more other services companies.
Would you say that right now, as far as IT business and sector, the government's sort of monopolizing it right now?
Of course.
Like the majority?
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying this, you know, IT business or sector would take off if private sectors or other companies
Yes.
are allowed to do?
Yeah, or they can remain as a government body, but services is run. They should privatize it, you know, in terms of on the actual services, but it can be owned by the government. I mean, you know, there's always a JV thing, you know, because I think anything to have a tip-top service, you know, you need to engage somebody who is actually working on the services.
If that happens, can you foresee that Malaysian IT sector sort of can expand its market to other countries in ASEAN as far as helping other, say, government agencies in you know, more underdeveloped country, things like that?
Of course, you know, because it takes experience. You know, you gotta start with your own country first, you know, your own place. So when it's proven, then of course you can, you know, offer that services to other neighboring countries.
Once we have a free flow market, you know, when we have like a single market in 2015 where there's no taxes and things like that, how do you think this sector is going to change?
I think it's a good thing because it's a value added, but I think that a company services like myself, we still have a position in that sense because at the end of the day, you need someone to implement, you need someone to finance the contract. Yeah, I mean, who's gonna buy the computers, all the gadgets, or the fiber optics and everything, the cabling works? Who's gonna do it? You still need to engage somebody, even though it's free flow. I mean, the principal can just sell direct to government. I get what you mean, and there's tax reduction and all that. But they still need someone who is dedicated to do the services, the after sales, the maintenance. When there's like, oh my God, there's something problem, with the whole system, then who are you gonna call? Is it the principal? Or there is somebody who's doing it on site.
What do you hope to happen in the near future as far as for IT business in this region? What do you would like to see?
I want to see, of course, more projects implemented at many other agencies in Malaysia because definitely that's the way to go. You need IT, you need to keep up because you can't be backdated, right? Outdated, yeah. And we need to focus more on IT and networking and all that because it will be like everything in the world gonna be so small. So you have to put more internet and computers, everything because everything is all about the internet these days.
แล้ววันนี้ทวด2015 หมดเวลาแล้วนะคะ แต่ว่าอย่าลืมเข้ามาคลิกไลค์ให้กับแฟนเพจของพวกเรานะคะทาง facebook.com แล้วก็ /toward 2015 ค่ะ
กลับมาพบกับทวด2015 ได้ใหม่ทุกวันอังคารเวลา 9:10 น.ทางททบ 5 นะครับ วันนี้ผมโมนัยคุณนุชไทยพร้อมทีมงานลาไปก่อน สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ